YouTube and VC. So one thing that I do from time to time, usually around this time of the year, early beginning of the year, is I do like some maintenance on my turntable. So one place, and I'll put the link in the comments to go. You can download a lot of owner's manuals, especially for like vintage turntables, at vinylengine.com. And when I pulled up my Technics SL-D3 manual, it states that I need to lubricate the motor from time to time. I think it's like every 2,000 hours of use that it requires lubrication. So for a couple dollars, I was able to go online and buy, let's see if I can get that in here. It is this like special motor oil. See, it says lubricate bearings every 2,000 hours. You just drop two drops into the shaft at the bearing edge. So it's good to do that to keep that lubricated, so you don't run into any problems with friction down the road. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to show you how to do that. So on my turntable, the little top part comes off like this, so I can just pull this part right off of there, and then you've got two holes here, and then what happens is there's a spot where, if you see it in there, is like a little gap. It gives a little gap where I can get my fingers in there. So what I usually do is I'll put my fingers in there and just lift straight up, and it pulls it right out of there. So now I'm looking at this. And it's my understanding that you have to put it right in this little spot right here. This is where it's going to turn. So I'm going to take off. Like I said, I think this was like $3 or $4. Pretty cheap. It comes with a little dropper like that. It's pretty nice. So again, it says lubricate bearings every 2,000 hours of operation, 2 drops at bearing edge. So you just remove the little cap. One, two. And that's it. 2,000 hours. I've kind of gone, I listen to this probably average of daily, maybe at least one album per day. So I'm gonna say that it usually, you're supposed to replace your, at least my Shure cartridge is every 1,000 hours. So I usually do that once per year. I'll replace the stylus. So I'm guessing about every 2 years I need to do the oil and the just like I did. So in 2019 I'll redo that again, but I just wanted to show, I'm not sure, you'd have to again go to find your owner's manual, whether it be if you have a newer turntable, or you could go to, if you go to Vinyl Engine, download the vintage vintage instructions. But yeah, go in there, find your manual, see if it requires lubrication, because some of them don't. And if it does, then just look up to see if you can find the oil that's made for your, I don't know if it matters what type of oil, but you may want to do a search for your model and lubrication. Like I did a search, Technics SL-D3 lubrication, and I was able to find a store that sold it for a couple dollars, and it looks like I've got enough to last me maybe a few decades. So again, that's the instructions on how to do the SL-D3 techniques. Should be very similar for all models that require it. So I figured I'd show you while I did it today.